This episode of the New Hampshire Business Show is sponsored by Everlasting Capital. If you're a small business and you need money and a bank won't give it to you, Everlasting Capital is here to help. In as quickly as a couple of days, you can have the funding your business needs for new equipment or anything else you need the capital for. So submit your application today and see how they can help you out. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we're here with Neil Stone from Neil Stone's Karate Academy. How's it going?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Excellent.
So let's get started. Tell me everything about yourself and your business.
All right. Well, I've been actually studying the martial arts for a little over 34 years. This is pretty much all I've done. I started when I was like 12 or 13 years old, back in middle school. My career has taken me many places, actually. I started with a gentleman named Mike Rosmack back in the early, mid to early 80s. I worked with him for about 18 years. We grew his facility to one of the biggest martial arts within our particular system, one of the biggest martial arts schools in the world. Again, part of what we study. So like I said, I was with him for about 18 years. I decided back about in 2003 or so to open up my own facility. We did that in Brookline, New Hampshire. I had a facility actually built for us. Then we were there 14 years. We moved over to Hollis about November of 2018 to a much larger facility. And yeah, that's pretty much all we have here for you.
That's awesome.
We study the art of Wei Shiru. It's a Japanese or Okinawan system. It's extremely a traditional form of martial arts. It's more of a lifestyle as opposed to just a sport.
Okay.
We really do our best to enhance one's training or enhance one's life mentally, physically, emotionally. Our youngest student here is about 2.5 years old, and our oldest student is about 84 years old. So we have everything in between.
That's really good. So what was the name of the style again?
It's called Weiqi Ryu. It's pronounced Waychee.
Okay, awesome. So this is the style you've been practicing since you started, you said?
Yes, I have not done anything else.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my teacher, I train with a man named Buzz Durkin, who's pretty well known in the martial arts world. He's been studying now for well over 50 years. He's had his school in Atkinson, New Hampshire for over 40 years. And he's always said to us, when you study one thing, you get really good at it. When you study many things, not so much. So that's why I really try to stay totally wrapped up in what we do, so I can really study the art and really get really good at it, hopefully. That's the goal.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you've been doing it for 34 years, should be, familiar with it.
A little bit.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the type of students you had. You said you have everywhere from 2.5 to 84. What do you typically teach within your studio?
The biggest thing I think for us is that character development. We have a program that one of my senior instructors actually started. It's called PACE, and basically it's practicing actions that create excellence. And every month we have a theme and activity sheets and things of that nature. We are the only private martial arts school in the area, in which means that we have certain criteria, certain things that all the students must do throughout their journey. Our years are basically set up like school, like high school. We kind of look at it as freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So at the end of those years, like I said, there are requirements that are necessary for them to adhere to. We also get very involved in their schooling. We want to make sure that before they advance in any level, whether it be with tips or stripes or belts, we send out a intent to promote sheet. It's a form that goes to all their teachers just to make sure that their grades and behavior and effort and things are up to what we know that their standard or what their parents and what they're capable of doing. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the interview, we're not just a sport. In fact, it is a lifestyle, and it's a life-changing event. We really strive ourselves on changing an individual, from the inside out. Developing everything that has to do with themselves: confidence, esteem, discipline, motivation, awareness. In today's world, that you can never have too much of that stuff.
Absolutely. Because I think just down to an individual level, self-responsibility is kind of lacking in a lot of places.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see that being taught, or at least focused on.
Yeah, and we obviously are setting goals and short term, long term, trying to assist the people where there's so many different things going on. There's so many different things that can stimulating, I guess, that get people going all in different directions.
Yeah.
So we try to really do our best to help them and to guide them to balance things off and to be able to do their best at everything that they do.
Yeah. Like you said, focus.
Right.
Just being able to stop and focus is almost a commodity now.
Absolutely.
That's pretty funny. So your studio, like you said, it's doing pretty good. You've been improving over the years. What are you looking to do like long term? Are you kind of at your end goal as far as studio? Are you looking to be bigger? Like what's your plan for everything?
Well, we actually just moved, like I said, in
Yeah.
2018. We almost pretty much quadrupled our size. So
Yeah.
as far as moving or doing anything like that, I think this is going to be our home for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I think we really want to just do our best to just create a good legacy and create a good give back for the community. I mean, we've had an opportunity of drawing students or giving back to 22 different towns in the area. So we just want to continue doing that. Our biggest thing has always been giving back. I think, and in fact, we're going to be doing starting on Monday, because of this whole, coronavirus and everyone staying in and things of that nature. We're going to be giving free classes online to people, where they can just kind of call the school, and we have a certain link that they can link onto. And again, it's just to give back. We've done a lot of different fundraisers, blood drives. So long term, again, to answer that question in a kind of a roundabout way, it's just to give back. That's all that really matters to us.
Yeah, definitely. So it's actually a really good segue into a next section. So a lot of businesses right now are struggling because with the COVID-19 incident going on, they're very quickly being forced to adapt.
Absolutely.
And you had mentioned you're doing some virtual classes to help out, with the community. How has that been for you guys as far as adapting to a very quickly changing market?
I really truly believe that in order to be successful at anything, you need to surround yourself around great people.
Mhm.
And the team that I am extremely fortunate enough to have, let's say they moved quickly and we moved right into this virtual thing like everyone had to. But I mean, they dove right into it, like almost right away when we kind of knew that, things were kind of going in a sense where we had to kind of keep smaller groups and so on and so forth. So we've gone over virtually to all of our classes, and has been really, really accepted really well. A lot of people are really enjoying it. So we obviously kind of adjusted our schedule a little bit, but we're doing that along with private lessons with our students as well to make sure that they get an individual service that they deserve. We always strive in doing that as well, trying to make sure that we're not meeting people's expectations, but always exceeding it. So I think ultimately this has really taught us a lot on how life can be, even when you can't be that literally face to face, touch to touch. So we're going to be using this particular platform, even as we move forward, in the business. I
Yeah.
think again, it forced you to do something that you never would have thought of doing before,
Yeah,
but it's really created and opened up a lot of different avenues and a lot of doors.
that's awesome. That's good to see. Trying to think of where to go from that. So yeah, I don't know where to go from there. That's a good
My wife actually as well has been really working very diligently, very hard on doing a self-defense particular classes, geared more towards women, but it can be served for anyone really. And she's
yeah.
done a lot of research and a lot of really great things. She's been doing it. She's been studying now for over 25 years. She had her own school in Massachusetts for 18 of those years. So to have her, part of the team, it's really fantastic. And she does another fitness class at the school. She teaches our Little Tigers program. She's out and trying to get out into colleges as well to do that
Yeah.
defense thing. So like I mentioned earlier, giving back to the community is really, really big on what we try to do.
Cool. I like it. So people that want to learn a little more about you, what you do, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, we are obviously on a lot of the social media. We have on our website, neilstoneskarate.com. We are obviously on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Obviously phone, email. Our email address is nska@comcast.net. And our phone number is 603-672-8933. And again, we really want to do our best. I can't reiterate that enough, to give what we can to as many people as we can, because we know that especially now, it's a really tough time for a lot of people, and we want to be there to get them moving and get them kind of their vacation time, at least 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for joining me today. This has been great.
Excellent. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Check us out in any place you can find your favorite podcasts, and we'll talk to you next time.
Want more New Hampshire Business Show? Find us at iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and www.nhbusinessshow.com.